Hello everyone, and welcome back to another installment here on DMT Infinity. This is going to be my very first Q&A video. So the first question comes from this guy. And he wants to know, I'm confused. I was told to take 300 seeds, but it only took a few. So I did this video called LSA Live Trip Report where I took Hawaiian baby wood rose seeds. And I think you're confused. You see, whenever it comes to taking morning glory seeds, you do need to take about 100 to 300 to reach that threshold dose. I don't know what the exact amount of seeds is for the threshold, but you are right. But not whenever it comes to Hawaiian baby wood rose seeds. Whenever it comes to those, you have to take much less. If you were to take 300 of those, please report back to me and let me know how your experience was. So the next question comes from Azaya Hernandez. I think I'm pronouncing your name right. At stamp 0:45 seconds, this is the last thing you see before you get raped. Where is his camera and how high is this guy? Very fucking high. So there was a video that was taken down from DMT Infinity. It was basically a live kratom experience, which if you want to check it out, you can click on the link down in the description below and it'll take you to my backup channel where you can still view the video. Justin Anaya, am I pronouncing that right? He wants to know, is it a body high? Well, that really depends on the kratom strain that you consume. I mean, all different strains of kratom will give you all different types of effects. In fact, I've tried kratom in which it was just so seductive that it put me to sleep within the first couple hours, whereas I've also taken, and keep in mind it was a red vein, and I've also taken kratom strains in which gave me so much energy that I didn't sleep for 2 days. So, the dog's dying. So the next question comes from the pineapple. Have you ever done LSD and DMT at the same time? No. But I have consumed THC and DMT at the same time. So Zachary Hinkle wants to know, can you not be such a dumb ass and strange fuck when you narrate? And why would you even take an entire pack instead of researching for an optimal dose? Well, I'm DMT Infinity, and I do whatever the fuck I want. So this really wasn't a question, but I really like the comment. Jen D said, instructions unclear, mind stuck in a void. Oh man. Instructions unclear, the dog's dying. Instructions unclear, dick stuck in a void. Instructions unclear, dick stuck in a toaster. So the next question comes from this guy. Can you get high from nicotine? If you mean high in the sense that THC gets you high, no. But you can get a nicotine high, which is very different than a weed high, but it is still a high per se. Which, whenever you get a nicotine high, I mean, effects do vary from person to person, but the overall general effects that you're going to get is calmness. It can help to relieve anxiety. Some people claim that it helps them focus. I mean, a nicotine high can really affect people differently, but overall the main effects that you're going to get are calmness, and it's going to help with anxiety. So Kiriam says, dude, you should narrate creepypasta, like stories, aside feeling. LK, I'm tripping after listening to you. Well, thank you. But it's funny that you mentioned that because I used to narrate creepypastas. I mean, I only have a few videos up, but if you want to check those out, the link will be in the description to that channel. So Swift Buddy wants to know, what is a good starter dose, referring to kratom? I would say anywhere between 1.5 to 5 grams. I personally consume about 5 to 10 grams whenever I dose kratom, because I love the feeling that kratom gives to me. But if you don't know how it's going to affect you, or if you're even going to enjoy the experience, then I would recommend starting off with anywhere between 1.5 to 5 grams. Now, at the 1.5 gram level, you probably won't feel anything. But the more you up your dose, the more you're going to feel. And also, I've mentioned it several times, but do keep in mind that depending on the strain or vein that you're consuming, it will affect you differently. So don't just try one kratom strain and give up on it if you are genuinely interested in what this plant has to offer, because you can dislike one strain or not have an effect from one strain and then try another strain, and it just changes your whole world. So Dark Little Angel 666 asked, should I try kratom or mushrooms first? Well, that's going to depend on you and where your mental mindset is at the time. If you're looking to have an experience that is most likely going to change your life, change your perspective, and change your mind, I would recommend starting off with a low dose of mushrooms. Probably an eighth of mushrooms, if not maybe a little bit more. But if you're just looking to relax, or you're looking to have some fun, or you're trying to get some work done, or something like that, I would recommend kratom. So the next question comes from this guy. He asked, is ecstasy really a psychedelic? It's not a psychedelic in the sense that LSD or DMT is a psychedelic. However, if I'm not mistaken, MDMA, which is the pure form of ecstasy, does have psychoactive properties to it. So the next person asked, is this for real though? Obviously. So Sirix Richie, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, wants to know, you have black eyes? I wish. That'd be cool. So the next person asked, you said not without hearing their calling, but how will I know if they are calling? And he's making a reference to a video that I made called Why You Shouldn't Take Psychedelics. And I had mentioned in the video that you should not take psychedelics unless you hear their calling. And I guess the only way that I can really answer your question is by saying, you will know if you hear their calling. It's just like a calling to shamanism. You will know if you hear the calling. So Hazematak wants to know, I was wondering about your all-is-one experience. Was it like a feeling or a knowing? And here's the thing, whenever you take psychedelics and you go deep enough, you will become one with the entire universe. You will become one with every body and everything. I guess it's both a feeling and a knowing, but it's much more than that. It's an experience of interconnectedness with everything in existence. So the next question is, how do you find your limit when vaping nicotine? Well, whenever I first started vaping nicotine, I started off with, I think, and I could be wrong, but it was about 5 or 6 milligrams, and I just kind of worked my way up and found that vaping 5 to 8 milligrams of nicotine is the most comfortable for me. So it's really all about experimentation. In other words, you might just want to start off with like 3 milligrams of nicotine and see how that makes you feel. Go through the entire vial and judge for yourself if you enjoyed the experience that it gave you. And if you're feeling up for it, up your dose. And don't up it to like fucking 8 or 10 from 3. Up it to like 5 or 6 milligrams. And continue doing that until you find which level of nicotine is most comfortable for you. So this guy right here asked, why did you take salvia? Because I wanted to know what was beyond that experience. I wanted to know if all the rumors that I heard about salvia were true or not. And honestly, salvia exceeded all of my expectations. Man, that's a video for another time. So Black Windows asked, "Dude, what the fuck are you?" "I am a Homo sapien. What the fuck are you?" So the next person wants to know, "I am planning on doing DMT on a dab rig. How much should I do? I'll have 50 milligrams available, and I also have weak lungs." I can't answer that, because I'm going to be the first person to say, do it all. I really don't know. If 50 milligrams is all you have, then experimenting with it isn't going to conserve the DMT, but I mean, I guess take 10 milligrams of it, and if you want to go deeper into the experience, just go from there. If you want to double that dose or just do the rest of it, I mean, that's really all up to you and where your mental mindset is at the time. So Jacob Stoner wants to know, have you done acid? Yes. So the next question comes from Addie. How much salvia to smoke for a beginner? Well, you see, the very first time that I ever got salvia, it was sent over to me from thebestsalvia.com. If you don't know who they are, go check them out. They will provide you the highest quality salvia divinorum that you can find online. And I had got 40x. It's not a beginner dose. And I had to learn that the hard way. So I would say start off with 5x and work your way up to 10x. You might still want to smoke it out of a pipe and not a bong. Load a small bowl, like half a bowl, and hold that hidden for about 10 to 20 seconds and slowly work your way up. Once you get done with that bag of 5x, then you can decide whether you want to go over to 10x or not. Now keep in mind, once you go from 5x to 10x, the experience is going to change 420%. And once you go from 10x to 25x, look, it's going to be the most intense thing that you've ever done, so you need to be mentally prepared for that, because that experience can probably drive somebody completely and utterly fucking insane and possibly put somebody in a madhouse if they're not careful. In other words, do not take salvia if you're just looking for a recreational drug or something to just get high on. It does not do that. Salvia divinorum, just like all other psychedelics, they're tools. They're not drugs to get high on. They are tools for personal, spiritual, and social transformation. These aren't drugs that you get high on and have a good time. These are substances that you consume and change your life. So the next question, or really the next questions, comes from this guy. Hello, I really enjoyed watching your videos. I have a few questions. 1. Have you ever tried Murfendrone? I've never even heard of it. If yes, does it really increase heart rate? I have no idea. 2. Have you ever tried DOB? Did you like it? Again, I have no idea what that is. 3. What are your favorite music genres? With examples, please. I like all ranges of music. I mean, I like everything from death metal or black metal, whatever they're calling it now, like Cradle of Filth, to psychedelic musicians like Tool or A Perfect Circle, which both bands have the exact same lead singer. I also enjoy bands like Black Veil Brides. I enjoy Elvis Presley. I enjoy Michael Jackson. I enjoy Marilyn Manson. I enjoy some of Blood on the Dance Floor. I enjoy... Oh, if you haven't checked them out yet, go check out Forever in Combat. Their music is fucking awesome. So I guess the bottom line, I enjoy almost all genres of music. So Combat Fitness asked, are you high now? Because you seem totally high out of your mind, like it's permanent or something. People also say the same thing to me now. They say I look high, but your voice sounds like you're high too. LOL. I don't know. I was probably high. So the next question comes from this guy. And he wants to know, bro, did you take a whole ounce? That's nuts in the membrane. Where did you get your kratom from? If you say a smoke shop, I'ma smack you. No. No. Yes, I did take a whole ounce. And if you want to see the video where I talk about that experience, you can find a link down in the description below. If I'm not mistaken, I had got it from crackingkratom.com, but there are many dispensaries that I get my kratom from. So this person asked, only 4 seeds is significant to get high? It's a threshold dose. It's not really enough to make you trip out of your mind, but it was definitely enough to give me one of the most memorable dreams of my life. So Paul Jones asked, can you describe the main differences between DMT and salvia? Yes, kind of. I guess the best metaphors that I can put on the subject is this. Whenever you consume salvia, it's like being sucked into either heaven or into hell. Whereas DMT, at least for me, experiences are different from person to person and similar from person to person. It really just depends on the person. DMT for me, it's like becoming one with the creator, our creator, whether you want to call it God or whatever. That's what the experience is like for me. Whereas salvia, it's like either getting sucked into heaven or into hell. But in saying that, both experiences can be beneficial to your psychological development. I guarantee you that. But you don't want to go too far whenever it comes to salvia if you're not ready yet. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If y'all did, leave it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But until next time, I will catch you guys later. Peace.